Hi everyone, welcome to another Q&A session with Aylesbury Remembered. So, picking up from last time with your comments on Facebook, I'll just carry on from where we were. And we'll start with one from Sam Mock, who asks, which photo or photos of Aylesbury do you most treasure? Many years ago on eBay, I bought a photo album, and I think it dates from around about 1900, and it's this here. And it has all of these photographs of the town, but also of the family at their farmhouse. And I took it upon myself, that's the farmhouse there, I took it upon myself to find out where the farmhouse was. And the only reason I had some inkling of where it was because I bought this indenture for work, which is that. And the name on it was Jacob Stops. Well, that was the father anyway of this girl, Florence Emily, daughter of Jacob Stops of Holly Green Farm, Bledlow. So one day, me and my brother, we cycled out to there, and I had this this book with me in my rucksack, and as soon as I entered the farm track towards the house, I thought, oh my god, this is the house. So I can surmise that the photographer was probably Jacob Stops, and he was there maybe on farm business, because he was a dairy farmer. But there's a little twist to this tale, because 2 years later, I think it was, I get a call from David Stops from Friars. He and I had been in contact before because I was doing a Century of Aylesbury book, and yeah, out of the blue I get a phone call from him as he was doing some family history research, and Holly Green Farm came up, and the farmer there said that, oh, a bloke had been out here a couple of years ago with a photo album. He told me his name, and God, we had a laugh over that. Yeah, well, I gave him some copies of these photographs anyway, but I still wanted to keep the album because there's some real beauties in here. I mean, the best ones are these four. What else have we got? Holly Gregory. As a tall person, how do you deal with living in a small house? Well, I live in a small house in Walton, terraced house, 200 years old, and although it's small, it's got a lot of character. Well, you can see that by the beams in the ceiling there, even though they're just ordinary rafters, you know. But yeah, as soon as I got here, all the light fittings were dangling down like that, so I was walking into them all the time. So all my light fittings are flush fit now. That was the first thing I did, I think, when I moved in, was change all them. Fed up with walking in, and the door frames are much lower than standard, so I have to duck. And occasionally I do catch my head sometimes, but nothing major. Scott Edwards, of all the Aylesbury buildings that have been lost, which ones in particular would you have chosen to preserve, and why? Well, the thing about Aylesbury, it's got a lot of history. It goes right back, well, 2,000 years or more. but I've always been fascinated with the Greyfriars Monastery, founded in 1386, and at the time of the dissolution, there was only a handful of monks left, or friars, and I think the buildings were in poor state of repair. But in its heyday, there's descriptions, I think by Leland, possibly, who says that it was well builded with stone, and it must have occupied quite a large area. So it would be at the bottom of Bourbon Street. We've got that property called the Friarage and Friarage Passage. Friarage Passage probably went down the middle of it, or maybe led to the complex, I don't know. But they would have had large gardens and a brew house and kitchens and, you know, your church and lodgings and all that. And probably one of the brooks at the bottom there. Maybe the one that led to the mill was used by the monks. Maybe there was a mill there. Who knows? And I sound so vague about it because there are no drawings, maps, or anything, paintings even, because it was only there for 150 years, which isn't that long, is it, when you think about it? So yeah, I mean, the only remnants we've got is that bit of stone wall at the top of Friarage Passage. So get some idea of the material it was made of at least, but as far as anything more than that, no, nothing at all. And the reason why there's nothing left is because the person who took over the remains of the complex in well, it'd be 1530s, wouldn't it? About 1538, 39, was, I think, is it John or Robert? It was one of those Packingtons, anyway, was the family. And they turned out to be royalists, which was a bad thing to be in the Civil War in the 1640s. So Aylesbury was a parliamentary town, as we all know. It was a garrison, and the place was completely ransacked, and it was in such a bad state that it was demolished, and the rest was cleared. So probably by the 1650s, I imagine there was nothing left, and the present Friarage building was built on top of it, and there might be some remnants within the walls, but I've even been down in the cellars down there, and I had a look around. I couldn't find anything older than maybe 18th or 17th century. In Victorian times, when they were building a house called the Primroses, a bit further down the hill, they did find some stone steps and bits of window, and I believe that's where the effigy of the knight was found. That's in St Mary's Church, said to be of James Boteler or Botelia. He was the founder of the monastery in 1386. So that's that. What else would I like to have preserved? The Crown Hotel, the top of the High Street. Where, what's there now? Is it Lund Poly? One of those, and Greg's and all that row anyway, stretching down the street. That had just been refurbished in about 1937, and there were complaints from people staying at the hotel, complaining about the constant noise of traffic and the fumes, because the traffic lights then were at the top of the high street, so they were probably just outside the windows of their rooms, you know. For some reason they demolished this this old hotel. It had been there since probably the 1500s, although it was chopped in two because of the high street, the new road as it was originally, leaving us with that corner building. So many buildings I'd like to see. Anyway, what's the next question? Are you going to write a follow-up to any of your books? If so, which areas of Aylesbury would you cover? That's from Trish Beals. I did look into doing another book some years ago, but I think at the time I was put off by the publishers saying that I'd have to do all my own marketing and stuff. I thought, surely that's your job, you know? Yeah, it really put me off. I can't remember what the book project was going to be. Maybe just a general collection of photographs, because by that time I'd amassed quite a sizable collection. But no, I've not got anything planned at the moment. I think I'll make this my last one. Bill Butcher asks, did you go to school with anybody who went on to be famous in any capacity? Do you know, I can't think of anyone. No, I don't think so. I went to Elmhurst, both first and middle schools. From, when would that be? Probably from September 76 up to May 84. Then I went to Quarrendon for 4 years. So, yeah, I can't think of anyone who was there who went on to be famous. No, apart from myself. Yeah, I think, what's that? I've been rambling for another 15 minutes, so I've still got some more questions to answer, so we're doing well with this, aren't we? Keep them coming anyway if you've got any. You can leave comments on this video on YouTube. I would like it if you'd subscribe to this channel, actually, because I need to get over 1,000 to monetize the channel. So the more the merrier. No, actually it's 3,000, isn't it? Oh my god, I'm only on about 750. Could take ages. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.